As promised, here is my commercial colored popcorn recipe video in 2024. Hi viewers, welcome to my vlog channel. My name is Susan and this is where I share all things commercial recipes. So let's get started. The ingredients for my commercial colored popcorn recipes are 1. Vegetable oil. I'm using a odorless vegetable oil. Then industrial vanilla flavor. This will give you a very distinct flavor compared to regular flavor. Then I'm going to be using mixed milk flavor. These are sold in baking store. Then margarine, you can also use unsalted butter, but if you are in Nigeria, margarine is very common to us. Then I'll be using powdered color and I'm specifically using Mekang. No, I was not paid to promote this brand. I'm only stating the items that work well for this recipe. Powdered Mekang color. Some powdered colors are not as effective as Mekang. That is the reason why I specifically mentioned Mekang. It's a little bit expensive than other brands, but it works very well. So the color orange and the color green is what is peculiar to our brand. Then you also notice I said this particular recipe belongs to my mom, but she gave me the go ahead to share the recipe. So I also be using granulated sugar, and these are the popcorn kernels. Please check the description box beneath this video for a list of all the items I'll be using. And she produces this on a large scale, and I'll also be using this fabricated industrial popcorn machine. Now I have shared a detailed video before on how to use this machine, so I'm not going to be going through that now. I'll drop a link of that particular video in the description box of this video. So this is a fabricated machine. I put it on, then I'm going to measure my oil. Now while starting afresh, I'm going to walk us through how to continue popping with this particular machine once you've done like one or two, the first popping. So I first of all I added my oil. I used that brush to apply the oil all over this pot, inside this pot, and including the cover. Then I added my butter or my margarine. That's what's peculiar to us here in Nigeria. I added that. Then I'm going to cover my fabricated popcorn machine and I'm going to leave this to heat up for some minutes. I'm going to leave it to heat up for some minutes. So once that's heated up, I will now proceed to adding my other items. You will need to check the first video I shared on how to make commercial popcorn in Nigeria in 2024. I'll leave that video link in the description box below this video. You need to check that video for a very detailed tutorial or step-by-step guide if you've not done that yet. So once I've done that, I'm going to leave it to heat up until the pot in that fabricated machine is hot. Now, like I said before, the number of the fabricator is in the description box also in this video. And I've also said it that if you know you're not ready to buy the fabricated popcorn machine, don't go ahead and start stressing somebody with how much are you selling it and then calling a ridiculous price for the person. Please don't do that. It doesn't go down well with some people. Some people are not they don't really accept things like that. So please don't do that. So once I was through, I went ahead to start adding my popcorn kernels already measured, then my sugar, and then I went ahead to add my flavor, mixed milk flavor and vanilla flavor, and I added my color, the Mekang color. Now if you know that ice cream spoon, that small spoon used for taking ice cream, if you use one of that spoon is what pops 2 cups of popcorn kernels in this fabricated machine. That's ice cream spoon, one of it. If you measure one of it for your color, it pops 2 cups of popcorn 2 cups of popcorn. Now for this fabricated machine, I advise you not to pop more than 2 cups at a time. Do not pop more than 2 cups at a time. Then after you've added all this item, you now stir it using that wheel at the top of the machine. And as if you're using this kind of fabricated machine, you stir it continuously until it starts popping. Please, you need to watch the first video to understand these processes. That video is very, very detailed. So it will start popping. And then once it has popped, your your corns are ready. The colors are not going to stick to the pot. The color is very, very vibrant. That's the reason why I specifically mentioned the brand I was using. I want to use few seconds to talk about my commercial Zobo masterclass. If you watched my last video, I talked about commercial Zobo and I share step by step recipe. You will see I said a class is coming up. Yes, now the flyer is out. For the first 20 people, it's just 3,000 naira. After that, you're going to be paying 15,000 naira, guys. So this is also my foolproof cake recipe book for beginners. It's live on Amazon. And finally, my ultimate Nigerian small chops recipe cookbook is also live on Amazon and other platform. I'll leave the link in the description box beneath this video. So you can see I'm popping, and look at how very, very vibrant this color is. Today's special virtual hug is for Adewiya Bosedi. Thank you so much for joining my YouTube family and community. You're most welcome. And to all my OGs, thank you guys so much for your support. It means a lot. And to all my viewers, either past or new viewers who are just viewing and not yet subscribed, please subscribe and support this channel. Leave me comment in the comment section so that I can react and respond to them. Thank you so much for your support. So I've finished popping the first round. Now I want to pop the second round. Remember I said at this stage this pot is hot, so you want to put on like a hand gloves or something. And also remember to switch off the control before you remove the remaining corn from the remaining popped corns from the pot. And also you want to make sure you are very careful because this is quite hot. So when you want to do the second popping, you're not going to measure in oil like when you started before. That brush that we use in greasing the pot, that brush is still having oil in it. We usually leave that brush in the oil during the production process. So just take that brush, you grease the pot with that brush. You don't need to measure oil again into the pot. You grease the pot with that brush. Then you will add margarine and you cover the fabricated machine and allow it to get hot a little. Then you open it again and then measure in your ingredients, your popcorn kernel, your sugar, your mixed milk flavor, vanilla flavor, and your color in that order. Then you stir it and you start popping. You stir it and you start popping. So this is the order you're going to follow. Then once you're through popping, allow your popcorn kernels, your popcorns rather that you already popped, your popcorns, allow them cool completely before you transfer them into this disposable nylons or trash nylons that have never been used for trash before, obviously. Trash nylons, the new ones. Transfer it there and tie it well. It can stay like this for weeks. It will still remain crunchy to the last bite. It can stay like this for weeks. Then when you want to go ahead to start packaging it into your nylons to sell, to seal and sell, you can then start doing that. When you're packaging them into your nylons to seal and sell, make sure you're not in a place that is having air or that you're facing fan, your fan is on. Make sure you're not in that kind of place. Just stay in an enclosed place, put off your fan, and then you start apportioning them into your nylons to seal it and sell. Please check the previous video of my commercial popcorn recipe and you see I also showed you how my mom was apportioning it, and then I also showed you how I was sealing it and the machine I was using in sealing. Also check the description box below this video for the details of this recipe and more professional tips. Now once we have popped 4 cups, I told you this machine can pop 2 cups at a time. Once we have popped 4 cups, we usually remove the corns in the popcorn machine before we proceed to doing more. So after we've popped about 8 cups, After we popped about 8 cups, that is, we pop 2 cups of corn 4 times, that is 8. We will then allow this machine to rest for 30 minutes. Please listen to what I'm stating. Allow this machine to rest for 30 minutes before we start popping another batch. After we've popped 8 cups, that is 2 cups at each time, 4 times. After I've done that, we'll allow the machine to rest for at least 30 minutes before we proceed with doing a fresh batch. So we'll do this for white, we'll do this for green, we do this for orange. She usually mixes these 3 colors together because that is what our brand represents. So please, please, before I end this voiceover, you have to leave a special shout out to my mom, because if she did not allow me to share this recipe, I wouldn't have shared it too. So leave a special shout out for her in the comment section so that she can allow me to share more recipes, and then also, if you do that, I'll be able to share how much this costs now. I mean, the present price, and for the popcorn, for the popcorn kernels, and also other costings. So let me see you leaving a shout out for her in the comment section, guys. She really tried, allowing me to share the first recipe and allowing me to share the second recipe. So the fabricator's number is also in the description box beneath this video. Please, if you are not ready to buy, don't contact the number. I beg you, I beg you. So our commercial popcorn is ready, guys. Look at how beautiful this is. I hope you learned a thing or two from this video today. Thank you so much for your support, and see you in a subsequent video. Bye for now.